Hello and welcome to our new series of casts on GarageBand. My name is Karn and I'll be taking you through this great app from Apple that we get with all our Macs. Here we have the new project screen. If you get rid of the welcome screen, then this is the first thing you're greeted with. We could start a project for perhaps piano, electric guitar or voice. To make life easy, just to show you a few things, we're going to start today with a project with a couple of loops in it. You could start with all sorts, podcast, even movie soundtracks, what have you. We'll start with the loops one and we click choose. Now we get our dialogue where we'll call this new song. Very inventive, I know. Save that in the folder in GarageBand, which is in our music folder. Tempo, 120 BPMs, fairly standard. These are all standard settings here. Key signature, 4 beats to the bar, and key of C major. These can be changed later, they're not set in stone, so don't worry about that. And we'll click create on here. Right, now we get to our main screen in GarageBand. We'll have here from the left the tracks column here, where later on, as you'll see, it lists the different tracks that might have loops or recordings or what have you on. The arrangement area, where we will arrange the pieces of music and move them around to do what we wish. Here we have our loop finder. We asked for a loop project, so obviously it's brought that one up first for us, and there are various ways we can look at that. We will have options of loops we've chosen in here. Across the bottom here we have transport bar. We've got add a new track, edit an existing track, either a software instrument performance or a real audio performance. We have transport controls for record or go back to the beginning, rewind, forward, play, loop. Here we have a little pop-up menu for different options for the LCD display area. We've got it set at measures, could be set at time. When you're using loops, measures is the easiest thing to work with. Could be looking at chords or information about the project, as we saw at the beginning. We'll stick with measures for now as we're getting going. And we'll deal with more of the detail in here in a minute. We've got the master output meter here and the master volume, and if you click on it, then it actually tells you the value of that, which is very neat. We've got view or hide the loop browser. Again, we have track info here, which we'll show you in a bit of detail in a second, and the media browser, which allows you to get to your iTunes library and other things. Let's put ourselves in a loop to see a bit more. We're going to go for a drum loop, the start of a lot of pieces of music. Two types of loops are showing up here. We've got the ones with the green square and the musical symbol in. They are software instrument loops with MIDI notes triggering them. And these little blue ones here with the waveform in are recordings of real audio. We'll start with the software instrument loop. We'll take a quick listen to this. And we can click that again to stop. So you start and stop by clicking on the little icon on the left, and you can change the volume of the preview here. We like that for now, so if I drop this in here. Now GarageBand will load the correct software instrument for me to play this. If I move the song position pointer by clicking in the top here and then click play, we can hear we've got the same sounding loop. Go back. So that's our first loop in here. This will let us look at the track information. Now the track information has, we're looking at software instrument track here. We have the master track here, which will be the subject of a separate cast. We'll come back to looking at all the details of that later. But software instrument, we're in the Browse tab at the moment, which means we're choosing our software instrument. We could look for a different drum kit, and we could click a category here, and then the instruments that are in that category pop up over here. As you can see, there's a fair few of them. We only have the basic ones installed here at the moment. You can buy packs from Apple, which can give you an enormous number of sounds to play with. We will now go to have a look at the edit. Now this tells you how you're making the sound. We have the sound generator here, it's drum kits, and this would allow us to change some basic parameters of the software synth by clicking this. And now we have a panel for effects. We have your main or first effect. You nearly always see as a compressor, sometimes a gate, but those are common ones to see at the top here. We have another 4 which aren't being used, and one more visual EQ, which is the standard EQ plugin for GarageBand. Equalization allows you to change the tone of things. Again, we'll have some casts. There's actually going to be 2 future casts on plugins, and we'll go into those in far more detail. And now we have 2 different ones here. Rather than being plugins, they're sends to master plugins. So we have a master echo or delay unit, and that's how much signal we're going to be sending to that. And a master reverb unit, which is your overall space your song sounds like it's recorded or being performed in. And obviously if you add more reverb, it sounds like the sound is a bit more distant. So that's your sound staging, if you like, for your song. Again, we'll go into that in a bit more detail later. We also now, you'll notice, have the basic track area here. We'll go into more detail in this in the mixing, first of the mixing sessions, but you've got volume and pan and various things going on here, allowing you to do some more detailed things. We have a zoom control here, which we'll show you a bit later, and that changes the view inside this area. So there's a lot of things we'll go through. These are all the basic areas covered, so you roughly know where the basics are. Please come back and watch our following casts, and you should get a very thorough grounding in GarageBand by the time you get through them all. It'll be quite a long series, so get ready to enjoy them. Thanks very much for watching, and see you again soon.